Hello, Murray Newlands here with Search Engine Journal at Share 2013 with Jim from BrightEdge. Jim, fantastic conference. Well done. I see all the seats are full. People are really interested in what you're doing with as a company, what you've been able to get with actually analyzing the data from your tool being in so many websites, what you can do with that data. You're sharing your worldview of how search is changing. Tell me about that.
Yeah, massive changes. First is growth, right?
Okay.
6 years ago when we started, handful of people focused on organic search and earned media. Now over 1 million people. That's incredible. 1 million people.
And hugely competitive then.
Hugely competitive, and the landscape is completely changing, right? We talked a little bit about the rise of secured search, where now, which is a good change for consumers, but it means as marketers, 49% of the data is not provided. Keyword data is no longer provided.
That makes analytics a lot harder. How are you doing that then? How are you helping your customers with analytics when 50% of the data, let's face it, you can't actually see?
Yeah, so we talked a lot about the shift towards content and focusing on pages. So we announced a whole new technology around page analytics and page reporting so you can really understand performance of the content. We also talked a lot about the shift towards mobile, the massive change that's happening in terms of the growth of mobile and how that is something that you have to really pay attention to.
And what does that mean and how do you optimize for that?
I mean, I think there's a couple key things. One, you have to really understand how you're performing in your key markets from a mobile perspective. We showed sort of in a lot of market segments, your performance is very different from a search perspective in terms of tablets versus phones versus desktops, and you have to be able to pinpoint where those differences are so that then you can really go and drive the optimization of it.
So you're running a global solution dealing with massive brands. If you were to look over the next 12 months, where would you be putting your time, money, energy, and effort?
I think it's really focused on the rise of content and content performance marketing and really understanding how your content is performing, optimizing that content, really think about how that fits into the organization. Abe Thomas from Microsoft talked a little bit about the models they're using as they think about sort of content. I think that's a key part of thinking about how are you going to holistically have a content strategy, because that's going to be a core of how you really drive performance.
If people want to find out more and contact you, how do they do that?
They can reach me at CEO@brightedge.com.
Wow, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Great conference. I'm Murray Newlands with Search Engine Journal. I'll see you next time.